Peace, gods. Um, First, I want to give praise and honor to the Grandmaster Chief Religious the Christ for sparking my mind and for making it possible for us to be able to dip into this knowledge and to know how to acquire this knowledge and to further your knowledge more by doing your research and doing your diligence. So I am grateful and I acknowledge you, Chief. I love myself. So in my videos that I post and in the messages that I say, in the light that I reflect from the information and from the knowledge and from the messages that I receive, it is very easy for us to, me including myself, that's why I phrase it as us. It is very easy to talk things, it is very easy to conceptualize certain concepts, and it is very easy to converse over these things. When it comes to you applying this knowledge to your life, it is not such an easy thing. And even if you are taking small baby steps at a time, at least you are still moving. The first thing we have to do is that we have to be aware of our own conscious, and we have to be aware of our own subconscious. So be conscious of your subconscious and be aware that you are running on a program that is programmed into your subconscious. You experience this when you are walking, when you're not even thinking where you're walking. You know that you want to be a certain place, you want to move from point A to point B, and it will be on the programming of your subconscious that you will just walk, and before you realize it, that you have reached your destination. This also happens when you are driving, that while you are driving you will be in conversation with the person next to you, and before you know it, you have reached your destination, not even fully aware that your attention was not on the road how you were driving. And this is what happens when you are moving on your subconscious. So we will have to be aware of this, because it will happen more often than not that consciously you will make a decision that you want to detach yourselves from certain things, be it smoking, be it drinking, be it swearing, be it yelling, be it losing your temper very quickly, and then consciously you will make this decision. We usually do it every New Year when you make a New Year's resolutions, and you to yourself you believe and you are serious that, look here, I want to change things and I'm going to do it better. And while you are consciously aware of this decision that you have made, you will try and accomplish this, but before you know it, you fell back into your old ways. And this is what happens when your subconscious comes into play. So the reason why we are programmed this way is because of the society that we have been born into. And in all my videos I will always refer to the society, to make my reflections aware, to make the people aware that the way we are living and the things that we see and the things that we experience in this life, where everything revolves around money, this is not the true way of living, and this is not what the universe intended for us to experience. This is not what nature intended for us to experience, but it is because of our disobedience and because of our going against life, going against nature, going against the universe, going against the will of God, that we are experiencing this part of life. We are experiencing this part of life. And it's because of this the universe has allowed it for us to be born into this realm of existence, to be born into this circumstances, that we have to grow through this. We have to ascend mentally to a higher frequency of vibration. When I say frequency of vibration, each and every one of us, our thought frequency vibrate to a certain frequency, and each and every one of us, we are vibrating to a different frequency. If I can make an example, when you fall in love with someone, and in that moment when you fall in love, you find yourself in the same friend circle, not even in the same circle of friends, but you find yourself more or less in the same environment, in the same circumstances and perceiving reality more or less the same way. And when you fall in love with someone, it will come a time when you're vibrating on the same frequency mentally. You will constantly think of the someone will constantly think of you. You will constantly think of how to please the someone will constantly think of how to please you. You will constantly think about how you can enjoy life with this person will constantly think of how you can enjoy life with you. And as time goes on, and the subconscious I was referring to earlier creeps in again, then it will so happen that because you have different life goals and because you have different circumstances and because you have different experiences happening to you, you will grow apart. And as you grow apart, the vibration, the frequency that you vibrate on will grow apart as well. And it will happen on that time that you will not vibrate on the same frequency anymore. The things that is important to you will not be the same as the things that is important to your partner. And in this time, it will happen that the vibration that is happening, you must remember that we are all energy. And we are energy that is on a certain frequency, and this frequency sends out vibrations. We call it vibes. If you say, I don't feel this person's vibe, the vibe that I get in this place is not nice. So the vibe is just the abbreviation for the full word of vibration. So you as an energy being, which you are truly are, you send out vibrations, you emit and you receive vibrations. And when you and your partner, you're no longer on the same vibration, the vibration that you give each other, you call it destructive in vibration, destructive. You can either get constructive vibrations or you get destructive vibrations. So the vibration you and your partner now gives to each other and exchange with each other is destructive vibrations. And this will cause arguments, this will cause irritation, this will cause stress, this will cause depression, all the things that usually make people break up and divorce and just move away from each other. So that is when that happens. So in order for you to understand these things, you're going to have to understand your mind, you're going to have to understand yourself, you're going to have to understand the frequency vibration that you are on. And in this reality, in this realm of existence, we call it Babylon. And just to phrase and explain what Babylon is a state of mind. Babylon is where people are all controlled and believe, not to say believe, but move by the same principles. And when I say principles, I'm not meaning this in a good sense. You are powered by the same agenda, the agenda of money, the agenda of wealth, the agenda of success. And with this agenda of gaining wealth, gaining success, gaining earthly possessions, the natural and moral principles of life gets thrown out the window. You will disappoint others in order for you to achieve and gain. You will push others aside, you will push others down in order for you to achieve and gain. And you will unknowingly be part of the process of destroying nature, because you need this in order for you to have a life, to make a living, where else you yourself, you are life. And by the power of nature, by the power of universe, and by the power of God, you are the creator of life. But because you are trapped in this cycle of ignorance, in these layers of ignorance, we think that everything revolves around money. And yes, to a certain degree, because we have moved so far from nature, we have moved so far from the universe, to a certain degree, for you to get by, you need this money. You need to utilize the resources of Babylon in order for you to reach your higher self, in order for you to reach your destination, in order for you to find yourself in the desired environment. So you need to utilize these things around you. But to get back, it was just to make it clear as to what Babylon was and to the influence that Babylon has on us. So in future, when I do mention Babylon, that you at least have an idea what I mean. So you get Babylon and then you get nature. Nature is where you see the animals that grows up naturally in nature. You see the trees, you see clean water, you see birds, and this is the natural sounds you will hear as well. And this place is usually in the tropics, between the tropics of Cancer and the tropics of Capricorn, South America, up in Africa, where you don't get winters. Even if it's winter, it's raining, and while it's still raining, it's still hot there, and it's a sufficient amount of UVB rays which you get from the sun. And this is all the things that your physical body needs in order for you to prosper and put your mind in a state, on a level of vibration where it will be possible for you to receive these thoughts, to receive these codes, and to receive these messages. You will get yourself in this environment to decalcify your pineal gland. It is here in Babylon. It is a constant effort of the lower self. It is a constant effort of the people vibrating on a lower frequency. It is a constant effort from them to calcify your pineal gland. And when I say calcify your pineal gland, this is an organism in your brain. It's a part of your brain that allows you to receive certain signals. It allows you to converse in conversations that enlightens your mind. It allows you to converse in conversations that removes the veil from your eyes, to see the truth in the lies, and to understand the true meaning of life. And these people that rule the world, that rule this Babylon world, they don't want the masses to awaken to the truth. They don't want the masses to ask questions. They don't want the masses to see life for what it truly is and realize that outside of this life that we live in and that we believe is the only way of living, outside of this, there is a true way of living where we as human beings, we are connected and we fall and stand in our rightful place in nature and be a part of the equilibrium and the sustainability of life. They don't want this. So that is why they calcify your pineal gland by multiple ways. They use your water, they use your food, they use toothpaste, they use social media, they use television. Even in the name television yourself is television programming. So through your vision, they program you. And through your food, with all the blood in your stomach, they alter your DNA and they alter your genes, because your environment influence your genes. As all of us, we are all products of our environment. So these people in their lower vibrational thinking, they use our environment against us to make it believe that this is the only way to live. And outside of this, you will not be able to live and you will be seen as a bum or whatever the case may be. So as soon as we start to realize and accept these things and ask these questions and do your due diligence to do research and study yourself, things will become clear to you. And as things will become clear to you, it will give you an ideas and it will make things clear to you as to how you can communicate and converse with people in your lives. So you will put in a conscious effort as to the people that you do interact with, that the vibration that they send off, in the vibration that they give off, more or less falls in tune with the vibration that you give off. So instead of pushing each other away and experience a destructive interference between the vibrations of two entities, you will experience a constructive interference, where it is that through your communications, through your sacred exchange of energies, you will learn things and you will teach things, because that is how it should be. As you, one person will never know everything. All the knowledge that there is to know will never be acquired by one person. This is an everlasting, ever repeating. I came up with one time when I was thinking, the sphere of knowledge is ever growing. The more you know, the more you realize how more there is to know. And then the same way that people is listening to me and how I listen to other people in their life experiences and use the basis thereof to apply it to my life, I will see, and there will come a time in my life, because each and every one of us, we have a unique journey that we travel on, and there will come a time in your life when you will be taken back to this that you have heard, and a wise person learns from the next person's mistakes. So there will come a time in your life where you will realize that I heard this, and I came across this experience before. I heard about it. And in that instance, a wise person will use that knowledge to not make the same mistake. To not make the same mistakes. And when you come into the realization that all is mind in the universe is mental, you will be more conscious of the decisions you make. You will be more conscious of the actions you take. You will be more conscious of the people you interact with, and you will be more conscious before you act on any emotions that you have. Because all of us should aspire to not act out of emotions, but act out of a place of knowledge and act out of a place of understanding. And the mind, that in itself is something that we need to understand, that the mind is not... The way I'm trying to explain these things is that I wanted to make it as clear and simple as possible, because it is only when you understand something clearly that you will be able to explain it clearly and explain it simple. So I want to bring this across so that my reflections and that the message come across clearly, that your mind is not up here in your brain like you think. Every aspect of your body is made up of cells, and all these cells is conjured up out of nothing. Because if you break cells down to its smallest molecule, down to protons, neutrons and electrons, inside of that is empty matter. And that empty matter is a vortex of energy that is spinning to such a high frequency that the vibration that it gives off, it gives you the illusion of something solid. If you take your finger and you vibrate it to such a high frequency, sooner or later it will look to you that your finger is solid, that is just one piece of finger, and that is how cells gets manifested. And these cells, they come together, or at least they came together in the womb of your mother to the process, through a process of if I'm correct now, mitosis, where it splits in two, and two cells splits in four, and this procedure repeats itself up until the body of the baby is formed. And when the baby comes out of the mother's womb, through the help of the sun, your bones will grow, and all the organs in your body will grow with your bones. Because as it is, your body absorbs, your skin absorbs the sun, your thyroid absorbs the calcium in the atmosphere from the sun, and through these biological chemistries that happen, your bones grow through the UVBs, accepted through the UVB rays absorbed by your sun, converted into calcium, and this calcium grows your bones. And through your bones, in the middle of your bones. Your bones make the blood, and through the blood that streams through your body, oxygen is delivered to all organs and sections of your body inside, and through this process you will grow and grow and grow and grow and grow and grow and grow. So when you start to understand this and to think that you came from nothing inside of the smallest particle of your cells, each and every cell in your body contributed to your growth by help of the sun. And these cells in your body, each and every one of them, they have a job and they are aware that they have a job. And each and every cell in your body is alive. And each and every cell in your body has every organ in its body, like you have an organs in your body. Like you are made out of 80% water, so too are each and every single cell of you made up of 80% water. You have organs in your body, your little cells in your body have organelles inside of them. You have a nervous system in your body, the little cells in your body has a nervous system inside of them. So the same as this little cells replicate your body replicates Earth. Everything is fractal. When I say fractal, you are a smaller yet exact same particle of the bigger particle. So when each and every cell in your body is exact replica of you and you have a mind, so too does each and every cell of you have a mind. I wanted to tell you what your mind is. So too, like you have a mind and your little cells is a fractal replica of you, your little cells in your body also has a mind. So your mind is not just here in your brain, this physical piece in your head. Your mind is your whole body. Your brain is only the mechanism that articulates what your senses picks up in your environment. So your mind is your whole body. Inside of the DNA, your mind is inside of your DNA, and your DNA is inside of each and every cell in your body. So each and every cell in your body picks up information and stores it there inside of your DNA. So all the knowledge that there ever was in life is inside of you. You are all knowing as you are God. The only thing is you are not allowed to tap into this knowledge yet. Because why? You are not in an environment that's conducive to your growth, most mentally and spiritually. So now your mind is your whole body. Your body is actually an extension of your mind, and your brain is only they call it a muscle. Your brain is an organism which gives you the ability to experience life outside of this physical form. Because why? Your senses is what picks up everything around you. And your senses, through your nervous system, your eyes pulls in light photons, and through your electrical signals sent to your brain tells you what you are seeing. Whatever you touch, the nervous system connected to your brain does the same thing. So your brain tells you what it is that you are touching. Same with your smell, same with your taste, and same with what you hear. So all this information is being stored inside of your cells, and your cells stores it inside of your DNA, and your DNA makes up your mind, and your mind is connected to the subconscious of each and every mind in the universe, and the collective consciousness in the whole world gives you the concept of God. And this is the vastness of the universe. This is the universe in itself, which sends electrical signals out and sustains life on this earth. I try to explain this, and I hope that some of you understands this, and I hope that this message will help some of you, as I might have dwelt of the topic, and that is one of the debilitations in my astrological chart, as when I do try to explain things, because my Mercury is in Sagittarius in the third house, and the third house is the house of communications, and Sagittarius is a fire sign, I tend to find it a bit difficult to keep my focus on one topic, especially when I'm in conversation with someone, or in this instance, in a conversation with myself. So I hope that this message reach some people, and that even if you can remove a small part of this that was spoken here, that it will be helpful to you. So I will leave you with that, and I will most probably make another video later just to clarify everything up, and to bring everything together again. So I will leave you with this reflections. I love myself. Peace to the gods.